When we talk about China, we tend to picture this single, massive, unified country. But what if I told you that to really get it, you have to see it less as one nation and more as a collection of dozens of different worlds? Let's dig into that.
Yeah, so we're going to challenge that idea of China as this one monolithic place. Instead, we're going to pull back the curtain on the incredible diversity that's been hiding in plain sight.
And the key to understanding all of this really comes down to one single number: 34. That's the number of provincial level divisions in China. And trust me, each one is its own unique universe with its own culture, its own economy, and its own story. So here's our game plan. We'll explore this diversity by looking at four main categories. We've got the foundational provinces, then the culturally distinct autonomous regions, the powerhouse municipalities, and finally, the very unique special administrative regions. Stick with me and you'll see how they all come together to form this incredibly complex picture. Okay, first up, the provinces. There are 23 of them, and you can think of these as the traditional backbone of the whole country. Some of these have roots going back centuries, and they're really the most common way China's regions are organized. But hey, don't let that word traditional fool you into thinking they're all the same. The diversity here is just immense. For example, you have a place like Shanxi. It's an ancient cradle of Chinese civilization, home to the world-famous Terracotta Army. And then, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you have Hainan. It's a tropical island, often called China's Hawaii, and it's a modern hub for tourism. Two provinces, two completely different worlds. And then there are the absolute giants, like Guangdong Province. This single province is an economic powerhouse on a global scale. It is the manufacturing heart of China, churning out stuff for the entire world and driving a huge part of the whole national economy. But it's not just about factories. This famous local saying perfectly captures Guangdong's unique spirit. It tells you everything about the adventurous soul of its world-renowned Cantonese cuisine. It's known for its incredible variety and focus on freshness. So you see, it's much more than just an economic engine. It's a cultural force in its own right. All right, next, we're shifting gears from the traditional provinces to something fundamentally different: the 5 autonomous regions. These areas were designed specifically to accommodate China's huge ethnic diversity. This whole idea is built on a principle called regional ethnic autonomy. It's basically a political framework that gives ethnic minority groups, like the Zhuang, Mongol, or Tibetan peoples, a degree of self-governance over their own cultural and linguistic traditions. Tibet is a perfect example of this. Geographically, it's dominated by the Himalayas, the roof of the world. Culturally, it's inseparable from Tibetan Buddhism, symbolized by the incredible Potala Palace. And its economy is totally unique, adapted to that high-altitude environment, relying on things like herding. It's a world completely defined by its distinct identity. And just to give you a sense of scale, the largest of these regions, Xinjiang, is this vast land of massive mountains and sprawling deserts. Its culture is this vibrant mix of Uyghur, Kazakh, and other traditions, all shaped by its deep history as a crucial hub on the ancient Silk Road. Now, let's shift gears again from these vast regions to points of super concentrated power. We're talking about the 4 centrally run municipalities, and these aren't just cities. They are the high-octane engines driving China's economic growth and modernization. And their importance goes way beyond economics. These 4 cities, that's Beijing, Shanghai, Tianjin, and Chongqing, are politically vital. Seriously, leading one of them is a major stepping stone to the highest levels of national power. The party leaders there often sit on the Politburo, giving them immense influence over the entire country's direction. Shanghai is the ultimate example. It's a global hub for finance, trade, shipping, you name it. Its skyline literally tells a story. You've got the historic colonial buildings on the Bund, right next to the futuristic spike of the Shanghai Tower. It really embodies China's ambition on the world stage. But again, there's diversity even here. Chongqing is the only one located deep inland. Its identity is shaped by its dramatic, hilly terrain, its strategic spot on the Yangtze River, and, of course, its world-famous fiery hot pot cuisine. Our final category is maybe the most unique of all, the 2 special administrative regions, or SARs. You know them as Hong Kong and Macau, and their very existence is a direct result of a pretty complex history. They operate under this special principle called one country, two systems. So after they were returned to China from British and Portuguese rule, this whole framework was set up to let them keep their distinct capitalist economies and their separate legal systems. Now, it's really important not to get these 2 kinds of autonomy mixed up.
For the autonomous regions, the whole focus is on ethnic autonomy, protecting minority cultures within the country. But for the SARs, the focus is on having two systems, protecting entirely separate economic and legal systems, which is a direct legacy of their colonial past.
Hong Kong is the perfect case study. As a former British colony, it operates under a common law legal system, which is completely different from mainland China's. This legal autonomy is the very bedrock of its status as a global financial hub, and has created this incredible culture that's a fusion of East and West.
Okay, so we've looked at the 4 different types of building blocks. Now let's put it all together and see the bigger picture, a nation that is truly a mosaic of many different worlds.
So let's do a quick recap of their core identities. The provinces are the traditional backbone. The autonomous regions are defined by their ethnic cultures. The municipalities are those powerful urban engines. And the special administrative regions are a unique legacy of that one country, two systems idea. Each one has a clear, distinct role to play. So the real key takeaway is this. To truly understand modern China, you have to look beyond a single, simple story. The country's identity is found in all of it. The spicy food of Sichuan, the financial towers of Shanghai, the ancient history of Shanxi, and the unique legal system of Hong Kong. It's not one story, but a huge, vibrant mosaic made of 34 distinct pieces. And that leaves us with one final big question. As China's role in the world keeps growing and changing, how will this incredible, complex, and sometimes even contradictory internal diversity shape its future? And in turn, how will it shape ours?